Alright, testing 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Master here, and welcome in for, if I play my cards right, what may be my second to last stream for Bloodborne today. No promises, because I know I'm possibly going to end up getting wrecked, considering what I know is going to be coming. I still got to actually get to that point. But yeah, last stream for this, which was yesterday, of course, we managed to take down 2 more bosses in the Old Hunter DLC. Got distinctly wrecked by, one of them for a few times before I actually was able to finally take her down. But yeah, we took down the, I forgot what it was called, the weird looking alien Oompa Loompa things. I don't know what they were, but, it was like this one, it was something failures. I don't know. I mean, the boss fight, I just kind of beat them and then just walked on, didn't give much of an afterthought afterwards. It was these meteor summoning jerks, living failures. I think that was their names. Yeah, the living failures. And then we went and took on, I believe it was Maria. That's the bad thing about it. I pretty much, haven't really gotten on too much of a first name basis with a whole lot of these bosses. I pretty much just go in there, throw hands, and then afterwards try to move on to the next thing. But yeah, I do definitely want to try to look more into the lore of this game, because so much of this has been absolutely interesting, and this has gone down as one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know exactly what Soulsborne I'm gonna play next after I beat this. I've been leaning, because originally I was thinking between Dark Souls and Elden Ring, but I've also kind of thrown Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice into the hat. I may do a poll after once I finish this, and just kind of ask people which one they'd like to see next, and then I'll kind of put that on the playlist for whenever I do get around to it, because I do have some other games like Cyberpunk 2077, both Blasphemous 1 and 2, which I've beaten Blasphemous, and I want to go through and do the second game, as well as yeah, the Darksider series, and a few other games, and also Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I do need to finally get around to doing that before I do get out around to the next Soulsborne game I do, because I know that's going to definitely be a big time investment in itself. And I've been really wanting to get back to Cyberpunk 2077, because that was a game that I gave a chance to a few years back, but then kind of backed out of it because it was really overwhelming. But I also think it might be one of those things where I just need to go in and give it a second opinion and actually, kind of understand the mechanics. That's definitely happened with a few other games I played where I was okay, well, this is kind of overwhelming. A bit tricky to understand this. And I came back in, got tried again later. I was oh, okay, that's how that works. And then afterwards, I highly enjoyed the game. Honestly, Subnautica was kind of one of those. That was more of just a fear factor thing as well, because even though with some games I play as far as horror is concerned, I went in and pretty much no-sold a lot of things, and with people saying, oh, this moment was really scary, this game was really scary, I went in and pretty much okay, well, because they'll be the mortuary assistant, and anyone who goes through and watches my series for that on YouTube will see where, I mean, a lot of people are saying the game was very scary. I can definitely see that. The game was, terrifying in its own right. But also, I'm the one who knew pretty much everything that was going on in the game. I was just you were pretty much talking to the ghosts like they were just my, annoying roommates. Even go watch the series. The first episode, definitely got spooked. But then after that, I was okay, yeah, you're there. Hi, can I please do my job? But Subnautica was a whole different beast, just because I don't really have thalassophobia, but it was just the way the game was designed. Is that it definitely really has a way of scaring you. I'm just not really a fan of the ocean. I mean, I feel it would be completely rational fear if anyone got out to the ocean knowing that they've got this massive abyss beneath them, and there's big chompy things down there, waiting for any chance they get to eat someone, to just tear someone apart. So I felt that's definitely a rational fear. It's just the same thing, with darkness. Some people may not be afraid of the dark, but this whole aspect of being afraid of what's in it. You go into a dark, neighborhood. It's not really a matter of the dark, what's dark there. Just really, the fact it's dark. It's the fact that there could be someone nearby, waiting to, rob you or find, do something else very, with malevolent intention to you and everything. So it's all a matter of not really being scared of what, your surroundings, but what's in those surroundings. So, yeah. That being said, there definitely are some games I do need to get back to, and once I do kind of get caught up on some of the things I want to play, I will be jumping to my next Soulsborne, because I've definitely kind of gotten the itch now after, with Bloodborne. A lot of people say Bloodborne, welcome in Divorce Cowgirl. A lot of people consider Bloodborne the game that they will probably say is I mean, a lot of top, lists as far as Soulsborne is concerned. People say Bloodborne was their hardest one, but others are saying that, your hardest Soulsborne is going to be whichever one you pick first, because once you play one of them, the other ones are going to be more easy. But at the same time, others say Sekiro is the hardest one. But we'll see. I'm really leaning towards Elden Ring, because I've really been wanting to play that one, because I think that's one of the highest rated ones, but alongside Bloodborne. But I also would like to go do Sekiro, because what I heard, Sekiro doesn't really have much of a system as far as changing out weapons or anything, or upgrading. You just have to be good at it. So I'm interested to see how that goes. But it's gonna be between either Dark Souls, Elden Ring, or Sekiro. But yeah, Yeah, Bloodborne, like, I've mainly loved it just because, like, the whole horror aesthetic of it. You know, the other games, like, primarily, you know, focus on, like, you know, dark fantasy, and Sekiro is kind of, I guess, like, you know, Japanese mythology and everything. So, or just, like, probably, like, Asian mythology in general. So it's going to be interesting kind of going in and seeing, like, different dynamics. Well, I played a little bit of Dark Souls, but you know, as I've said before, one reason I kind of steered away from that series when I was playing it was because I had, like, a friend at the time who was, like, my guide through some of the game. And then afterwards, he turned right around and sent me into a situation where I couldn't win. It was an area I wasn't ready for yet. He knew I was still learning the game, and I succinctly lost, like, a lot of my souls and everything. I tried to go back, try to get everything. Yeah, stuff I easily could have collected again. Like, by all accounts, if, like, as far as, like, Bloodborne is concerned, it was, like, a amount of souls, like, where I'm at Bloodborne now, and I could probably, like, you know, just get, like, you know, killing a couple of enemies. But it was just the whole circumstance of him betraying me, and then, like, you know, laughing in the chat about, like, what happened to me. And then it just kind of, like, turned me away from just wanting to play the game. But, and maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm not really the most, like, outside just not wanting people to spoil stuff for me, that may be another reason why I'm not really the most, you know, I had, like, the whole thing about no backseating, just ass, because, you know, I know there are definitely those in the Soulsborne community that aren't asses like that, that do want to help people. And, but, you know, it's just that whole thing, like, okay, someone can, like, say they want to help, and then afterwards they're going to turn right around and do, like, something similar to me. And I pride myself on the fact that I've gotten up to this point in the game, not really ever using any summons. The only time I really did was, like, I think it was Dark Beast, Dark Beast, whatever it was called. But yeah, it was, like, that one, more early game, which I'm pretty sure I was able to fight him at my level now. I probably could stomp him, of course, but I had to do a summon then, because that one was pretty tough. But outside of that, every other boss I faced, I haven't used summons. So, but either way, it's primarily just because I don't want people to kind of get too carried away when it's like, and they come in and then, like, you know, try to talk you through something, and then they start, like, going to spoiler territory. But it's just also a lot of it's just, I really just want to, like, you know, figure things out on my own and everything. Like, you know, I had someone come in, like, the other day when I was fighting Ludwig. And, you know, the thing about it is I definitely appreciate their help and everything, but it's just, it kind of, like, frustrated me, because at first they said, it's like they kind of adhered to the whole thing of, like, you know, do you need help? And I was like, you know, I got this. But then turned around afterwards and kind of, like, you know, told me something that I didn't even, like, I mean, I pretty much, you know, like, you know, got, like, Ludwig's, I got the holy sword from Ludwig, or, like, you know, the Moonlight Greatsword from Ludwig. And he told me, like, you know, talk to him wearing the church clothes. So that is something I didn't know you could do. I found out later that pretty much would have been the same thing. I could have got, like, the sword from him either way. I'm trying to, like, get my thing plugged in here. Controllers, yeah, give me a second. Trying to find there it is. But yeah, I mean, it was just mainly a whole thing where I've been through most of the game. Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. I look at, like, you know, if someone's playing a game for the first time, I'm not going to want to go and just tell them do this or do that. I want to let them experience it on their own. To me, it's kind of like the same vein. Like, you're going to a movie, someone, like, you know, has already seen it before, and then they're telling someone right there down, like, you know, in a row in front of you, watch this is what's going to happen here. And it's like, why are you going to, like, you know, have your friend come to the movie if you're going to, like, tell them what's going to happen? And then it's, of course, the disservice of those, like, around you as well. But yeah, it's one of those things where I would never want to, like, spoil things for people, and I always, like, make sure I go into a chat, like, you know, like, if someone asks for help, I'll try to help or whatever. But otherwise, I'll say, like, if you need any help or anything, just let me know, and I'll try to, like, get some advice. We were, like, you know, in this one stream where this group was playing Gone Fishing for the first time, and I was trying to give them some guidance and everything. And I kind of was like, by the way, I was like, if I'm getting backseated, please let me know, because I kind of, like, was going through over every little thing that was going on that seemed like they were throwing off on. I was trying to give them advice, but I was like, if I'm being backseated, you know, please let me know. And, you know, they said it was okay. So I try not to, I want, like, people to try to figure out things for themselves, but also if I kind of see like they're gonna possibly be making, like, something that definitely, you know, really could, like, benefit them, you know, I want to try to help them, but I also do want to try to adhere to old things, like, if you need help, you know, ask me. I feel like that's, like, you know, probably, like, something that a common courtesy a lot more people should understand in the streaming space. Yeah, there are, like, those streamers that, of course, going to be open to people backseat, you know, coming in backseating. But, you know, there are those, of course, that, you know, want to figure out things on their own, like I do. And it's just like, there's, like, one time when I was streaming this one person came on the YouTube side, and they wanted to see my stats. And I pulled the stats up, and they turned around and said, upgrade Arcane and Blood Tinge. And it was a stupid thing to say, because, you know, my build wasn't focused on Arcane. I mean, you know, yeah, last stream I upgraded Arcane because I wanted to try out the sword I got from Ludwig. I want to try out the Moonlight Greatsword, and it seems like it might be one where I don't know if it's really for me or not. It's one that I haven't been able to fully upgrade it yet. I still like got like a couple like more levels at level 8, so maybe it could end up being the same, like somewhere where I can use it like in a good fashion in comparison to Ludwig's Holy Sword. But it's just this person was telling me upgrade Arcane and upgrade Blood Tinge, and Blood Tinge would be more like if you're trying to use like a gunfocal build. And Arcane, of course, if you're using arcade weapons, I was like, wasn't using either. It's like, okay, so you're telling me you're possibly like some kind of like veteran player to this maybe, but you're telling me to upgrade skills that honestly ain't really gonna like benefit me right now. I'm not using an arcane weapon. I'm not like focusing on guns. And then like, one of my mods at the time told them like, please don't backseat. And I told them, I was like, well, I'm not gonna upgrade those. And then like, they were talking about do it now. And then they said, I'm bored. And I was like, well, if you're bored, then leave. My whole thing is that if you're gonna like, if you want to see like game played a certain way, look up like a video on YouTube where someone plays it that way. If you want, or if you are play the game that way yourself, but don't go and try to dictate how someone's doing their first playthrough based on how you want to see it, because it's their first time, and last thing you probably would want is someone coming in and telling you, oh, you need to play it this way. I mean, I've pretty much, gotten through every single boss as far as like, the main story of Bloodborne's concerned. And surprisingly doing well against some boss I found out apparently a lot of people struggle with. I mean, one of them being, I think, like the Bloodstar Beast. Apparently that was like, a big skill check boss for people. I think I beat that within like, about like 2 or 3 tries. Like, and I think like even like one of the earlier tries, I can't remember how, it was a handful of tries. But I think like I remember correctly with the Bloodstar Beast, I almost beat it on the first go. And it was, I think, like kind of like a thing where I had helped all the way down where I could have probably just sneezed on it and killed it, but it took me out. And then, of course, let's not talk about Abrius or whatever its name is. Of course, I think I just got very lucky with going in with optimal build and a strategy that I didn't even know existed. That apparently was like the main way you go in and fight this boss. It's normally supposed to be like a massive skill check in itself. There's like several bosses that people said they struggle with. I went in and somehow managed to have not too much of an issue with. But then there's like Rom was another one. I think I might beat Rom on the first try. People struggle with Rom. But I think it's just like, it's my natural habit of like, going in and just like bum rushing things, just bullshitting my way through stuff and just being like very, somehow being like a very, and luck. I think it's like lucky incompetent or whatever it is, or over lucky incompetent or whatever. It's some kind of like they have on TV tropes where you got like the bumbler that goes in and somehow like just lucks out his way through situations. But either way, we're gonna go and get this open ad break out of the way, guys, because I got 2 more bosses to do in Old Hunters. And thankfully, I will say I did look up how to like do the optional boss fights. One of them is an optional one, but I know I'm gonna probably have my work cut out for me. But we're gonna see if we can beat this, and if so, I feel like if I can beat this DLC and take on the optional boss, then it should be no problem for me to like take on the final boss of like the main game, because that's supposed to be like like Old Hunter's like supposed to be the hardest bosses in the game. So if I can beat these last two or whatever, then I should be able to finish the game no problem. Especially how far I've come. And hopefully tonight will come with no the stream not dropping on Twitch. But anyways, you guys give me about like 3 minutes for this open ad break, and I'll be right back, and we'll get the show on the road. took me a little bit longer to come back from the BRB. Yeah, once I finish this up, I'm gonna hopefully, because I hadn't even gone to the gym today and everything. It was definitely one of those days I needed to get me some more sleep in and everything. And also, I'm pretty sure like my death count is probably off because there have been a few times where I've like, I know I've missed like a few deaths or whatever, or probably like, or put in like extra deaths to make up for what I thought I might have missed. All right, so I do know that last stream I did get smacked around by a big chompy, so I'm missing some orbs, but then I'm pretty much leveled up where I need to be or where I want to be. May not be like the worst ordeal. I'm about to walk out by accident. So no, I'm definitely gonna have my work cut out. Speaking of, is that a chompy? I think these guys right here are crumbs, so. Like I said, it's the big ones I need to watch out for. Those are gonna be the problem. I want to like make sure I just explore as much as I can. That's the key thing about these, this is that once you get done exploring, I mean, it gets more straightforward. There's an exploration aspect while trying to stay alive, kind of like managing that. Ow. Okay. I know. See, there's one thing I gotta do right here. Right there. That's a big one, ain't it? Okay. Let's go, bitches. Next. Step right out. The reason I did that because I was pretty sure I could have taken all of them on. We don't want them to bum rush us, but at the same time, they don't want to bum rush me. I'll be rushing that foot up their bum. See, y'all wanted to do this to me last time? I was really hoping that was gonna... So they... You can't blow them up, alright. I think there's a big stompy out there. There's one of these little dorks. But I see him in the distance. Alright, yes, he's not gonna try. I see his tactics now. He's not gonna jump me until I go over there so he can ambush me. Cheater. Yeah, I think there's like... I can't remember if there was ever anything up here before. Okay, so... Main thing I want to do is try to isolate the playing field. Take all these guys out and then fight him, mano a mano. Well... There's close a distance between me and him. Okay, and the thing is, the good thing about it is that these guys also give like a lot, give blood vials, give vials pretty often, so that's what I need to watch out for. Okay, he's got one left. So I want to expect surprises while I'm dealing with him. Because the thing is, I fought him before. I don't know if I ever actually explored back there to see what he might have been guarding. Okay. Of course, just that I alerted him too. Okay, I think I just aggroed this one. Come on. I know what you want me to do. Yeah, he's wanting me to step over there. Well. I'll fight him anyway. Come on. still tricky to dodge them. But definitely, like, you know, didn't struggle with them like as much that time as I did last time. What's down here? Okay, that's kind of gross. Oh, well, shit. Okay. One of those jerk horses on the ceiling down there. I expect to see that. Let's collect this so I can get, like, you know, some stuff sent back to the, That's the thing. The good news there is that at least the game is, like, being a little bit fair in the sense that they give you, like, a crap load of, like, you know, these guys, like, drop blood vials constantly, so. It's like, as long as you can take them down, you know, you don't have to worry about getting more. He's not alone, is he? Something ain't right here. That growl's repeating. There's two of them down here. I fucking knew it. Oh boy. I mean, there's two of these guys. There's a reason. Okay, I got an idea. If I can, like, keep this one over here, maybe I can isolate them. Yeah, see, that's what they want me to do. They were wanting me to try to bait me in the... Okay, now hopefully I can take on this one by himself and... You. Got me is because the freaking camera angles, but you won't be having that luxury again. I had him, but the camera angles made where I couldn't see where I was. No, he's about to get his ass whooped. No, I'm not going to let that happen. I mean, they're guarding something down there. There's two of them. These are things that are the toughest thing I've seen here so far. They got something down there. It's just, the problem with it is that I tried, like, you know, I had the visceral where, but I didn't get a chance to use it. At the very least, this means I'm farming more, like, you know, health vials. Okay. Same strategy as last time. So that means I lost the other, like, orbs I had, like, from that other shark thing. Get out of my way. From the other thing that killed me the other day and everything. But again, I don't really care about that. Because the main thing, the concern for me would be, you know, health vials. These dorks right here, like, you get plenty of those. Also, these guys are, like, really easy to stun, so that's a plus. Do I want to go on down in there and try to fight these guys now? Let's go ahead and, like, just... I'd like for it to be that maybe it's maybe I can... One way I'm looking at is I might... I don't think I got any more bolt paper. See, I gotta take them out, otherwise they're gonna be a problem. They're trying to throw stuff. I'd like to take this giant out over here. That way I don't have to worry about anything being up here when I come back up. Oh, shit. I'm trying to lure him over so I can... Really? If he does that charge, it's gonna guarantee... He's trying to lure me to come over there. I ain't falling for it. You really think I'm stupid, don't you? Come on. Oh shit. Oh god. I was out of bullets. See, now, okay, now that was bullshit. That wasn't even I was around the other side when he did that. And now you made me mad, bud. So yeah, you were about to do what now? So you want to just hang back and, like, try to, like, just pick me off like when I'm done, huh? Bitch. Okay, fortunately I'm out of quicksilver bullets. I'm gonna go and check and see what he has over here first, what he was guarding, if anything, 'cause I don't know if I ever looked before. Because this way... Oh, where am I? Really? Just a dork? I might actually check this. Like I said, these guys right here are there's nothing to them. It's just the shark giants that are the problem. Yeah, it wasn't really guarding anything over here, but I think I already checked this the other day. He was just like, just a random skill check. This right here, that's what I need to, like, figure out, though. Like I said, keep this one on the ceiling right here. Try to, like, get out of the way of him as soon as possible. Hopefully he stays up there. Come on. I can just try to get a good idea on his reads. Like that. Of course, again, that's what I hate about this. It's like it feels like you're out of the way of him, whatever. Okay, really? And I tried to heal, and for some reason he rolled. Pissed me off because the one up top, I've been able to handle him no problem, whatever, but then that happens. And the main thing that irritates me is, like, when I, get the visceral, but he hits me right then, so I don't have a chance to follow up on it. I'm gonna kick his ass. It's gonna happen. They're guarding something important down there, and I'm gonna figure out what it is. It's just this whole... what the hell with this? I don't even care about waiting this time. I'll whoop them when I come back up. You guys gotta go down here once. If you guys just want to wait your damn turn, I got bigger fish to fry. Pun intended. You boys are gonna catch hell when I come back up. I promise you that. When you hit me, got a cheap shot on me, and I don't appreciate that. You. Over here. Now, we need to talk. Okay, for some reason, I was trying to do a... fumbled. Oh, you bastard. Oh, no, you don't. No. You can wait your damn turn. You are not getting away from this. Oh, you coward. Now we can throw down. Except he... It pisses me off because he knew he was dead and he wanted to try to run away and go around to his big brother. All right, next time since I know he's gonna do that, next time I'm gonna make sure I'm right on him so he can't get anywhere. The only reason his buddy right there was able to kill me was because... Okay. This ain't gonna continue. Big tough guy, you know, you can dish it out, but as soon as, like, you know, the little itty bitty human whoops your ass, you can't. Come here, bully, I'm about to pop you like a balloon. See, now, and then that time, of course, like, they're trying to say it didn't hit. I'm not telling you yet. Now that's your issue. You can't do it by yourself. Bullshit. I take him down. You're next, I promise you. See, that's what frustrates me. I shoot him and everything. Just about enough of you. Come on. First off, you can get us back. Wait, is that... Did I just... Is that... Oh, I got her... I got Maria's sword. Oh, hell yeah. It's totally worth coming down here. So you can get her weapon. The fact I'm actually more happy about the fact I just whooped their asses. So since she was using blood magic when I fought her, I'm having a feeling chances are that is a badass sword. See, as a matter of fact, that's the thing. It's a dual wield. Okay. For me, I don't know if I'm gonna ever... I mean, I think it's cool that you actually can use it, and the question is how we get up there. Alright, so we took down those two. So I really, honestly, this probably was one of the biggest skill checks in this area. The way I look at it is that if I die up here, hey, whatever, I ain't got no reason to go back down there. Alright, big guy. Let's be real. These two. You know what? You guys can help me test this out. I want to see how good I am with this. I'm actually almost. I think I'm almost at the end of the Old Hunters DLC, and once I do that, once I finish this, I got one more boss to beat in the main game. The reason I'm doing the DLC before I finish up the main game is because once you beat the final boss, one thing I do know is that when you beat the final boss, you immediately get put in New Game Plus. Everything's a whole lot harder. Meaning, you know, if I was pretty much trying to do this after I beat the final boss, this would be a whole lot more difficult. Okay, yeah. The thing is, I ain't got it upgraded. But yeah, I'm pretty much almost done. Like, I've got like 2 more bosses for this. Like the final boss, this, and there's supposed to be an optional one, I believe. And then, I just had like, you know, I think like 2 more bosses for the main game. I mean, there are other ones you can fight, like what's called the Chalice Dungeons. I'm probably gonna do those off stream if I decide to. And I'm just going back through here and like get my blood vials back up. These guys right here are just, they're okay. Because like I said, I'm at a point now where the blood vials don't really, I mean, where like the echoes don't really matter, so I'm not really too concerned with losing them because you know where my stats are. Like, you know, my stats are pretty good. Like, I mean, I would like to have one more in strength to have that at 40. Because, like, the soft caps for everything's 50, but, like, the hard cap's, like, 99. But you get diminishing returns, I think, after, like, a lot of your stuff on 50. Like, as far as, like, stamina's concerned, there's really no point in me upgrading it anymore. Because if I'm right, I think, like, somewhere around the 30 range for what I've researched. You don't, because stamina is obviously, or endurance is for stamina. And I think, like, around, like, the 30 range, you know, it doesn't upgrade anymore. Or something like that, but you know, stamina does like help you out with like resistance for like your resistances for like, you know, other stats for other things like poison and all that. You know what? That was really a bad move. They brought a knife to a shootout. Oh! It's like I got a visceral on him like that. I might know something now. I mean, I don't know exactly how feasible it's gonna be because I know I stabbed that one shark dude, but I didn't charge it up. I wonder if that actually might be a way I can, like, you know, get a force of visceral. See, that's the only thing that frustrates me. Like, I'll try to do that. Like, times it feels like it definitely should, like, let me... I cry about it. Alright. Now, the thing is, up here is where that one jerk killed me. Like, I'm just hoping, if I can get... Really? I don't know where the hell you came from. I like how the one door missed me and then that one, like, tried to sneak up on me. No, no, no. That thing, y'all lost a lot of your element of surprise you had last time. F your statues. Okay, I'm trying to like keep an eye out because I know the shark thing was up there. That's where, and, this is close to where he got me before. Okay, I like how I'm just had this whole entire stick just like, that was kind of, you know, unprofessional. You know, I like that hat. Let me. Here. Okay. Damn, You're dead. So you guys gonna sit up there and just spam that or whatever? Okay, fine. I go through all that just for you to pull that stun on me. Okay. Someone's got a target on their back. It's really easy. Oh, I'm just gonna be this little like witch doctor's gonna go up here and and just spam, spam this attack. I want to ask you, like, what do you think these little punks are gonna do to keep me from getting up there and slaying you? Rolling the galax. A little dark, but see, let's show how easy this is gonna be. I just run through your little quanchy bullshit, it's done, and now it's gonna happen to you. See, I'm not even. You assholes, get out of my way. You got a friend up here who can taught a lesson. And I'm intending to teach that lesson. Look out of bullets. I said move. Okay, we're just gonna shut that up right now. And do y'all not get what's about to happen here? You got a friend up here who's about to get hurt. Badly. I was being confident going around here, going for spears before. Now I'm just showing you like how easy I can do it. You. Damn log. Sharp boy, I hear you. I'll get you. Like I said, ain't nothing's gonna stop me from getting my revenge. Now we can throw down, bitch. I got a bone to pick with you too. He's stuck in the ground. Oh, no, I know he ain't. Come on. Wait, no, go ahead. Now we're talking. So you didn't really have like the luck of like having me locked, around the rocks that time, punk. It's kind of funny because it happened to him because like yesterday, I got caught like on some foliage and he was like pummeling me, and that time like the same thing happened to him. By the way, I ain't forget about you. So I can easily go all the way back to that town square and take down every single one of your buddies, but they got lucky today. I'm gonna go try to find me a lantern. God, that was satisfying. I think I needed that, because that might be what I need to upgrade my, upgrade the, Moonlight Greatsword. I'm really hoping there might be a lantern nearby. That's concerning. What is that down there? Oh, something about that screen's boss battle. I know what that is. Rogues, what I just witnessed right there was in-game for the Old Hunters DLC. I'm pretty sure that's the final boss. Relief. Bloody relief. Alright, so now we got that. Whew. This deadly feels nowhere near as daunting now. But I'm kind of concerned about like the layout here. Like how do you even get down there? Of course it doesn't. You know, this thing's made out of wood. You can't tell. You trying to tell me you can't kick this thing down? I mean, like, you know, fact, like, you know, doors are normally made out of wood. I mean, this looks like you can just like got a lantern, set it on fire. I mean, I know, like, it's probably, like, you know, wet from the rain, but you don't have to do all that. I've got, like, a sword that can take down orc abominations, but you can't cut down a fucking door. Like, look, it's not even made out of metal. It is made out of sticks. Okay, so the question is, what are we doing next, then? Can't go this way. I'm still, like, trying to figure out, like, what else I can do in that well down below. Which is the problem we got with that now, is that if I go back since I died... Well, did I die since then? Yeah, because that freaking skulls whoever killed me. So if I did go back down in the well to try to figure out how to get that one thing, the two sharks would be there. But then again, I don't think there's really a way to do it, because they get up to the other part through there, because... There's, like, literally, like, you know, no ladder. Looks like this is the way we're supposed to go. Kind of feel as long as we don't go down there, we won't have to worry about fighting, you know, It does like it's moving, or maybe that's just the rain. Either way, I know I'm gonna have to go down there and fight that thing. It looks like that just might be like a sheer drop. Like, it might actually kill me. You just shut right on up with that. So I see like a fire sitting down there. Okay, that's gonna annoy me. I gotta... Okay, that noise did not sound good. Oh. Ah, shit. Well, I panicked. Well, let's start doing this. Come on, then. The only reason you boys are doing, like, are actually getting road is these freaking electric eels right here. Where... Alright, gentlemen, where were we? Looks like I gotta go back to the village to like, kick the crap out of some more of these punks anyway. Got a whole nother village of idiots to slap around. Yeah, you gonna hang out up there and like attack me, huh? I'll be back up in a second, honey. Oh, wait, hold on. You can mind your own business. See, you're not the one that's got range attacks. Now I'm gonna come up there. I'm gonna muck you up like I did the rest of your friends. Just gotta figure out how to get, because I gotta do something about that, jokes aside, because that thing is... Oh, would you look at that. I think I know how to get up to them. Get around to it. I like how they all try to jump me collectively, like that hunter, like, made me panic and made me fall down there. It's like, nah, I'm not locked in here with them. There's a phrase about that. So I got like just a random shelter under here. Okay, unfortunately, it doesn't like tell me what I thought it would, but I'm gonna get over to them, and they ain't gonna like what happens. Okay, look, dude, I don't care who you are. That's adorable. You know what else is adorable? My bullets. Don't even think about healing. That's all you're trying to do it. Sit your ass down and just take the L. There's another one. Did that asshole come back? Oh my god, that's gonna be a pain if this dude's respawning. You do realize you're like probably one of the only ones up there doing that, right? So I know exactly who to go for. Congratulations, you want to be like, you know, important, you want attention on you, well, you're about to be the first one I'm going after. Oh, they're about to see me. Yeah, it decided to go like, you know, pull some raiding BS because they couldn't come out and fight me like a man. But see, here's the little thing we gotta understand here. I'm not intending on falling off this bridge this time. Hey, how's it going? Trust me, your friends are gonna be next. Y'all wanna like just sit up here and just like do some freaking like lightning chain bullshit, huh? Thanks for the bullets, by the way. Where's your buddy at? The one? Oh, hey, how's it going? I want to talk to you. Get the hell out of my way. Yeah, Mr. Little Lightning bitch, huh? Hey, remember me? Of course you do. Trust me, that lightning didn't strike fast as me, bitch. Sit down. So, oh, you little punks down here. I don't even care about trying to be dramatic about it. Hey, you just lose your little screen thing, huh? See, it's not fun when you lose your little element of surprise, is it? If I would give you my orbs back. Or echoes, whatever. You missed. You want to try again? Come on. You can do it. You're dead. You guys do realize your friends are out here dying, right? Oh, just go and just praise your little, or they're not praising the sun. Praise the fish, apparently. Praise the ocean. Well, Tuna, you know what? This isn't a star just kissed you, it's a bullet. I did not expect that to happen. Yeah, I'll take some accidental badassery. Oh, y'all were mourning your friends. Well, tell them I said hey. Next time, don't hit me with your purse. You see, I can easily just go and just jump off the stage, or I should go to the Hunter's Dream, then come back and just single you out for that disrespect you just showed me. You're gonna like get me on the ground and bop my head. Still couldn't get the job done. All this ruckus out here, and you're just now noticing I'm here? I feel so so unloved. But hey, let's still find my way to your heart. Okay. So I'm gonna hope, because here's the realistic thing about it. That stupid hunter or whatever I killed, he shouldn't be able to come back. I heard something like stomping around up a butt before or whatever. He came back, that's kind of breaking tradition, because... That better not be that hunter or whatever, because I mean, that's the thing, I outright stabbed him or whatever. He should not be able to come back. Okay, I guess like something on the other side there. No! We did this already! I'm not playing online. Let me check and make sure I'm not playing an online mode or something. I'm getting jumped here. I mean, it's the same guys last time or whatever. And I feel like, honestly, you know, if I was getting jumped by a player, they would have been like, what, I don't know, stronger? Yeah, I'm trying, Jeremy. I'm just hoping I can actually, you know, beat this today, because I still got, like, it's gonna probably be like some of the toughest bosses I faced in the game. I still gotta take on. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little bit concerned. Like I said, I welcome the challenge, though. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how to get down in that cave. Because obviously there's like another way I can get down there, I just don't know where. I mean, I feel like hopefully... Yeah, Jacksepticeye is going to be producing it, so... I'm definitely excited. And like I said, I feel like I definitely picked a good time to actually play it and everything. I mean, I started this back in October. One reason it took me so long to get, you know, around to finishing it is because I did, like, you know, play a whole bunch of games since then. Oh. I want... So you trying... Okay, you don't want me to have the souls. Okay, it's fine. I get it. You want to keep them. I'm gonna laugh if by chance this works, but I know I need something that has fire to it. Okay, yeah. So of course, like, this is one of the times I ain't got Molotovs, which is weird. I thought I had some. You know, Bloodstone chunks. I think that actually might be just what I need to, like, get the holy, the greatsword fully upgraded. Or might be a little bit more. Okay, do I need to go down there to where that thing went? See, here's what I'm concerned about. That's a lot of urns. Don't blow up. See? I knew something was up. Nice try. I knew they were going to try something with me. I ain't stupid. You stupid. Dum-dum. See if I can get a better look at this. Look, wants it, now takes it. Oh, you were holding. Oh no, he was holding out. He had a whole bloodstone chunk. Okay, I want to at least figure out how to get to the boss. I mean, I ain't going down there yet. I still got more work to do. Alright, please don't let anything big and chompy try to come out and try to do the bitey. I don't want the bitey. to be the perfect place for something big and... Why is there a city down there? What the hell? I found friggin' like Lovecraftian rapture. It's like in a Victorian Bioshock. But jokes aside, see, I'm hearing something up here. Probably gotta take the brick. See, that's the thing. Okay, yeah. When you think about it, probably what I gotta do, because I did, like, you know, get a little bit too we're gonna draw, like, you know, would run across those bridges, go and then get my revenge. So. And take the ladder. And I pretty much cleared out this area. Go out this way. Oh, there you are. You naughty little thing, you. So you got a big brother right here? No, he's just gonna. But. Tell that mean pole. Okay, all right, because otherwise I know I'm gonna have to. See, I'm gonna have to like go all the way back up there. What? I have to go back, come all the way back up. I'll deal with him when I come back out. Because no matter, like, I'm gonna like forget about him. And he's gonna like jump me out of nowhere. Oh, right. Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit of a peeky peek up here and... Okay. No nasties. There's a... I don't like how that was creaking, so I ain't gonna. Okay, yep. Okay, yeah, maybe this will lead down. Okay. I'm honestly hoping there ain't no more shark boys. Well, I mean, my gun said hi. But apparently not much for conversation with my weapons, I guess. Oh, no. We ain't doing that again. Where's it at? Let me guess. Somewhere, like, you know, out of the way. It's gonna make it hard for me to... I'm about to... Hold up. No. I'm not... Can you please not? You don't want to know what happened to the last guy. Even though you kind of did, you know now, because I did the same thing to him. Like, you know, went up and stabbed him. But, yeah. Okay, here's the deal. If you're gonna try to stealth attack me, don't look at, like, things in the opposite direction of where I am. Pay attention, guys. Seriously. You know, you got, like, every chance to, like, you know, stealth attack me, but you're setting yourself to get stealth attack me. You do not understand how this works. Okay, at the very least, we open, like, the... What you need to understand is this. I just opened up, like, a quick shortcut to my lantern or whatever, which shortcut's that anyway, meaning you kill me, it's only gonna take me 5 seconds to come back over there and shove this sword up your ass and make a freaking scarecrow out of you. Just so you know, I was never much more of a Raiden main. More of a Sub-Zero guy. I like making bodies cold. This guy would know. Bolt, damp gem, yeah, okay. Probably like what, lightning damage or lightning resistance, I don't care. Alright, I need to like, I'm trying to like, you know, make sure I just watch where I go. Jokes aside, I mean, everyone who's watched my streams knows that if there's anything that is more of a threat to me than like actual enemies in the game, it's gravity. See those clams, boy? Guys? Work for Meatwad from Aquatine Hunger Force or something? You're gonna love clam, Duggar. Yo. I don't know about, you know, digging up clams, you're pushing up daisies. See, I don't trust those little squiggly things right there. I really don't. Those things are moving. No, I ain't falling for it. I'll go down there and go, like, you know, just like, you know, jump off that thing and latch onto my back. I'm gonna take this way down. You know, I got straight up there. This place has to stink. I mean, all these fish all over the place. This place has to smell. And it's pulsed. Ew. Oh, that's just water. Okay, that's water. I thought like it was writhing. I was like, wait, are there maggots down here too? Like I thought it was already gonna smell bad. Why does this feel like? Okay, where are we going? Where would this taketh me? I knew it! Friggin' snail bitches. Okay. Oh no! I'm sorry, did I roll over your house? Please tell me these things are weak. Okay, they're weak. But I'm pretty sure, like always, we can't let these things, like, you know... Okay, I'm just gonna leave y'all be. I mean, you guys already had it bad enough. Dude, y'all nasty. Y'all's a nasty. What? No! Not today! See, now this is just... Why? Oh, no, you don't! Ah, shit.
Unending death awaits those who pry into the unknown.
Well, you're about to know, buddy. The only reason you did that is because you had all your little snail bitches right here to back you up. So I'm just going to make sure that I wipe them out on the way in. See, I was going to be nice about this. I wasn't going to kill them. I was just going to, like, just get around them. But apparently, we're not doing that here. We're not playing that kind of game today. So... Y'all really should be trying to swim, you know, trying to, like, ice skate uphill when you ain't got legs. Okay, well, we're doing this. Look, go and just take your lightning spell to shove it, alright? I ain't ready. Move. See? You know I'm still alive, right? See, what I know of this is that you guys are guarding something down here. It means there's something important. If you guys are all down here, it means there's something important, and I'm gonna be taking it. Now, I'm gonna make sure that not a single one of you follows me. And also, just because I don't like your family. Yeah, yeah, the Yarm housing campaign being evicted. One thing you guys need to understand is that you get that one element surprise on me, and that's all you get. And I hope that, you know, your relatives are inside that cave, like, you know, biting their fingernails, knowing that, you know, they just heard all you get, like, completely demolished out here. Your little hunter friend in there want to try to mouth off unending death, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, he's about to find, you know, eat those words. I'm going in that cave. Whatever you got in there, it's going to be mine. It's going to be mine. Whatever's yours, it's gonna be mine. You. Yeah. You should have stayed at home. It should have been a little more introverted. I'm hoping that's the shark I fought earlier or something. Yeah, come on. See, we're playing this by my rules now. I want to see how well you punks measure up when it's just me and you. I'll give you a hint, not that well. Whatever's in that cave, I'm taking it. See, I ran from you all before because I panicked a little bit. You really think I'm stupid, don't you? I said you lost your element of surprise. Oh, I know who this is. Bring him on in. How's it going, buddy? Wait for the run. Couldn't really do much when you're by yourself, like always. I don't want his pants. I do not want his pants. Oh shit, we're getting all right, so yeah, that's the boss. I think. I'm hoping it'll be like one more lantern close to him. Because obviously I'm not... That damn thing. Cough it up. Alright. I gotta go for it. I gotta try to see if I can, like... You two are done. Let that be a lesson to all of you. See, I ran before. In cold blood. Alright. So now we got all that out of the way, I can actually look around. You see, that's kind of concerning. Should I drop down? Okay, there's a ladder there. I'm just worried it's gonna be another shark jerk. But... There are no shark jerks. Yet. Please let us do something that's gonna help me. Thank you, I guess? I guess I'll get on it. We'll at least see where this goes first. Hope it's not gonna be a trick. Oh, well. Is that... Awesome. Nice. Okay, yeah, so things are, like, once again, not as daunting, because I just got me another... So, yeah. I was really hoping I was going to find at least something like that. Let me go and look up here first. Or I can just, you know, get my dashes out by a broken ladder. Okay, what? Or broken stairs. Fine, I won't go now. Go back down here, where they actually like me. Like at least 1%. Okay. So at least now... And the thing about it is I might actually have enough to get me like that one strength upgrade I wanted. Oh, shit. I don't know who y'all praying to. We ain't gonna save you now. I'm sorry, did I commit sacrilege in your presence? Wait, they're not fighting back. What are they praying to? Look, after all the pain they caused me, like trying to get here, I'm not letting a single one of them jump. I mean, like, you know, walk past them, whatever, and they're all like, you know, trying to mob me. Oh, yeah, let's not step out there yet. They're worshiping the final boss. I mean, I kind of feel like a dick now. If you just picture there would have been like a trophy for that. But I was a picture if you could have got experience from it, but of course, like devs weren't gonna let anyone do that. Okay, why is the scream trap? Curse Kin Hunter's damp blood gem. That's a mouthful. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out how we gotta get back, you know, get to that one spot, because I heard some singing. So that one thing was singing somewhere down here. Wait, hold on. So, apparently... Oh, god damn it! Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. I got a plan this time. We're not going through that again. I am not about to go through all that. I might have to fight through a few things while I get back down there, but no, I got some prep to do this time. I'm getting that frenzy resistance thing. I am not about to let that thing pull that on me again. I was gonna get rid of this madman's knowledge if I can. There's a couple things I need to do. No, I mean, after what I dealt with before, I've learned my lesson after fighting, dealing with Winter Lanterns way too much, Nightmare Immensis. Okay, let's see here. I got enough to do it. Kind of want, like, work on upgrading Rakuyo as well, because I think that would be a pretty fun one, so. I just want to see, like, how far I can get it. I need twin blood shards, but 130, That's the other one I'd like to use. I think I could use my bloodstone chance to get my hunter pistol up to level 9, but. Alright, where am I at on upgrading? Get my strength at one more level. I got all these, I got plenty of... Should definitely be able to get up to it. Also, I wasn't, like, using them like I was supposed to. Let me try this right here. There we go. 16,000. Yeah, I'm definitely about to have me another upgrade. Maybe 2 if I'm lucky, but I don't know if I'll have that many.
Gammon, go. Very Latin.
I just want to, like, get my strength up to... Alright, strength to 40. Wasn't really much of a increase, I mean, to anything, but I want to at least get it up to 40. Okay. That's one thing I noticed, that Maria, the one I fought last round or whatever, looks like the doll. Let me look into the lore on that. Alright, let me see. Okay, here's all defense types, all damage reduced by 4. Boost max down by 10%. I'm gonna, like, take this, because let me see, just for now. I'm putting this down. I'm putting that thing on. Apparently I didn't have that equipped. What the hell? Maybe I didn't. Well, I got a little send out. I'm gonna, like, if I remember correctly, this is supposed to be like for frenzy. So I'm gonna find out. All right, I'm ready. Okay. So head back down again. Like, none of this is, like, anywhere near as bad now that I got, like, my, I guess, like, all the shortcuts opened. I guess after everything I've dealt with these Winter Lanterns, I am not taking any chances. I've got to fight through, like, all these things again, and probably that 100 if he pops back up, but... Go ahead. After everything y'all put me through or whatever, that's me getting some revenge. Ah, shit. Oh, no, you don't. I don't know what you guys are guarding, but I'm taking it. Alright, this is... Let me see. There should be one on the ceiling. If so... Okay. Look, big guy, you can fall down there if you want to. That's kind of anticlimactic. There better be something else like over at the end right here. Hopefully no more winter lanterns. Yeah, I like how I just completely just decimated them compared to like what I dealt with from them on Nightmare of Mensis. Okay, you dorks guarding anything. I think that's where I was. I might need to go out the other way. Hold on, this don't look right. Oh shit. Just about this first, and I'll go from there. Sorry, not this time, boys. I pulled that in the tunnels, but not here. Yeah, this is a different spot. I'm gonna say, boys, I think those are actually females. Anyway. Alright, I think I'm in a completely different spot, like, you know, from... Where's down? I saw you moving, you better stay down. I gotta watch the ceilings. Get down here. Well, shite. Okay, yeah, this is a completely different area, because I know that back that one spot, there was... I mean, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, but... Or you, well, step by foot, I guess. Or Johnny, you might want to, you know, clean my shoes. I mean, I've been walking through, like, you know, rotten fish and blood and everything for who knows how long. Oh! That's a level, that's only the second one he's ever found in this game or whatever. That's what I need to get a weapon to level 10. Okay, now that's the deciding factor. I want to do it. I mean, I probably want to, like, I may do it with the holy moonlight, the moonlight greatsword, just because considering like how much of, you know, it's kind of like a legacy thing, and legacy I would like to write like the Soulsborne series. I might just do it for that. But I really, you know, like Rocky or whatever it was. But I think there are like chalice dungeons that people talk about where you can easily get bloodstones, so. I'll definitely take that. Because I did. Now, I kind of want to go back up, because the thing is, I'm still not quite at the point where I'm going to fight the boss yet. So the problem is, really for us to get back up to where we were, I'm going to have to go back to that village again. Actually, no. No, I don't. Yeah, because I got like the other way down here open, so yeah, I don't have to do that. So yeah, we take this one over here. Still gotta fight through all these guys, but there's the other path down there I can go to. A few, actually. Actually, no, we just gotta fight through them. We already checked all that. Take out Lightning Boy over here. Both Lightning Boys. Okay. They're down. Let's go and see what's down the other way first, then we'll... Because at least I'm getting, like, plenty of vials. Don't you even think about it. Okay, so I just realized it just like goes right back up. I need to take the ladder down. was like, wait a minute, how that guy, why is that guy there dead? I didn't touch him, but I realized it was one I killed earlier. I just didn't rob him. So yeah, we gotta go down the ladder. This just kind of like, you know, curves back around. And play these gems. Probably like do some respecking before I fight the boss. Or either boss, because I do know how to get to the other one. There's something I need to go back and pick it up. Thankfully, I kind of like, you know, just looked into it. I just kind of mainly cheat sheeted a little bit to know what I gotta do. Okay, so apparently, oops. See, all that right there, everything we're seeing right there, I already been through. I think. Okay, yeah, so I pretty much have explored all this now. Yeah, where I found the blood rock. All that was what we were seeing right there. We were seeing that area. So, realistically, there's not really much else for me to do here other than go and fight the boss. Which is why I need to backtrack, because we're not finished yet. I got something else I need to go take care of. So at least I know there's not really too much down there that's going to be much of a threat to me now. Getting to the boss. We pretty much got right there to it. But I got one more obstacle to go through first, and that's probably going to end up being one of the big skill checks of this stream. Nothing else was really too challenging. Like those shark things weren't really that nasty. I'm kind of hoping that when I, like, you know, went in and, like, got, like, those few extra levels there and I didn't actually, you know, break anything. But, I mean, the game has still been challenging.
Gammon away. Go. Very well. Let me.
Yeah, I'm way off. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna have a fight on my hands, guys. But the good news is I'm getting to the boss or whatever. I'm having to figure, because usually optional bosses are the most challenging ones. The good news is I should have plenty of vials. And you know, if I was to burn through all of them, I know right where I can go to get more without having to pay. So if I'm correct, we gotta go to the research hall, because I think there's something here I missed unless I picked it up already and didn't realize it. I just need to be ready, because I know I'm gonna definitely probably be on what's coming, like, for a little bit. But if I get past this stuff today, it'll just be one more stream next week and I'll be able to finish my series for this. I'm pretty sure after everything I've dealt with in this DLC, if I can fight through all this, the final boss battle, you know, the base game shouldn't be much of an issue, because they said, like, the blood, like, Old Hunters is, like, the most challenging part of the game. And I've gotten, like, right here to the last, you know, bit of it. So if I'm right, from what I gathered, there should be something here I gotta, like, look for. I was too busy fighting those two hunters before. Well, you know, when you're fighting for your life and you just, like, go and put somewhere it needs to be and getting on out of the area, you kind of, like, miss stuff. There's no me, I might have already picked it up. The key items. No, it's not here. I was figuring this is where it was supposed to be. Let me check around the other side of this thing. Oh, no, nope. Ain't ready to go yet. If I just got this thing completely by accident by, like, dodging going up the freaking I gotta stop doing this. I've gotta fucking stop doing this. No, it's like I was just trying to not even go back up the freaking thing or whatever, and then lo and behold, I end up, like, you know, accidentally finding the plot coupon I need to cash in. I literally thought it might have been, like, you know, in, like, somewhere like one of these little corners where I wasn't paying attention. I mean, I hadn't like knocked out one of like the bookshelves or something, and once again I accidentally find it. That wasn't fortune telling. That was, I mean, I'll say that was pure bullshit. No, it's like, all I know is I saw something coming. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, well, we got it now. So we got like the skull. And of course, how the hell do I get back up there? Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, we can do this. It's like, I went over here, whatever, I was like, okay, I wanted like, just maybe just run it back, and then that thing activated, I rolled off, I wasn't ready to go up there, and then... And I ain't complaining. Okay. The main thing I'm concerned about is I know which boss this is. I know which one I'm going to see. Other than that, I don't really know too much about it, but a lot of times the one that you see like throughout the DLC or you see pretty early on and everything, usually sometimes tends to be like the one you need to watch out for. Like the one that they're putting like you see it there, you know of its presence. But oh. I'm just gonna like, just alright, so at least I got that upgraded now. 180 and 200, but of course that's just because of the gems. I'm gonna see if there's a way I can kind of fortify it. I can put it up to 303 with that. Yeah, that's like the best. Alright, yeah, so 303. Still not gonna compare to like, the yeah, still not even close to like, Ludwig's Holy Blade, but I think a lot of it, for one thing, I need better gems. I need better gems or whatever, and also I think it could be there's a trade-off with the fact that it does like arcane damage, and everything. I just wanted to upgrade it, but probably like definitely like much better ways I could like went about it, but this will be like, again, this is probably like definitely one of my favorite weapons in the game. Just okay. Well, here we go. If I can do this, we've only got one more boss to take care of. I do probably want to try stock up on bolt paper and everything though. That's definitely been my friend before. Jesus, a lot, but hey, at least I'm going to this like, well, I could probably get some more. I don't know if it's gonna work on this thing, but okay. Very least. Also, I probably should go in and change out my change these out. Alright, so definitely want to keep these on. This one right here needs to go because I ain't got to worry about, I mean, I'm assuming this thing ain't gonna like try to use frenzy on me. Would be nice to have the communion one. That 3% could probably end up adding up. Okay. So the total as far as physical defense is going to be like it's like 7%. Alright, that's probably about as good as I'm going to get it, so. I don't know those other runes I can get that'll be more powerful, but I'm a bit late for that anyway. Alright, Hunter's Nightmare. Be Nightmare Church. Can't remember if I lit a thing in here or not. We'll know when I get here. I don't think I'm in the right spot. Nope. I know. Is that where I am? Business. Yep, I'm way off. Definitely don't want to be here. Alright, yeah, the best we're going to get is probably like... See, because if this is what I'm thinking or whatever, it's going to be a bit of a trek back every time. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's not going to be a bad trek, but... Not the worst. I mean, because pretty much where I am now, I mean, there's not really too much that's going to stand in my way, but... I'm also just want to try to make sure I got as much of my health when I get up there as possible. I could just try to run past everything. Okay. This is going to be as good as I get as far as lanterns are concerned. Okay, I'm just going to try to, like, just run past everything. Good for you. Listen, buddy, I got, like, much worse things to deal with. Much bigger prey. Behind you. Look, dork. Okay. Yeah, at least the enemies going up ain't gonna be that bad. It's just the whole factor of like just having to deal with them in the first place. Coming through. Someone got it. Okay. I'm probably gonna lose a few times against this guy. You know the wells run dry there, right? Those hangovers will do it, won't they? Hey, look, alright, sorry, I ain't got no bacon or anything greasy for you to down or whatever. You gotta, like, you know, walk it off. Yeah, it's basically a cleric beast, what it looks like to me. Anyway, it's probably gonna, like, you know, whoop my ass on it. Let's go, Lawrence. Damn, I'm trying to... It's the watch out for. I don't know if I can, the main problem is he's got so much health. That's the main issue. He's got a hell of a health pool. But I think I'm kind of seeing something. I think I need to just go in, hit him a few times, back off, wait for him to try to do the combo, get around it. The main thing, I think, is the fact that he does so much damage. He's able to down me like just like a few hits here. Yeah, this guy's gonna be a challenge. Okay, no fighting anything, just run up to him. See ya. Dude, get out of my way. Next time I'll parry you. I'm trying to save resources, you're gonna hit me. You wouldn't have done that if you didn't have that gun. At least alright, so that's probably the better idea. Just run up right there. Not even try to go around, just run up and move to the side. If I don't get by him. Oh, See, you ain't gotta work. Be thankful he beat your ass, but I'm getting the last hit. I'm going up here. He ain't stopping me. Ugly. Yeah, Lawrence, I'm back. Let's try again. Why am I trying to heal? Can't get greedy with him, that's the thing. What the hell do you do? What the hell? Okay, this might be a problem. a chance to heal. Get a chance to heal against this app. Oh, no, you don't. Got him. Woo! Please don't have a second form. One more boss to go. In fact, that to me, like, how many attempts? Like, 2? I'm gonna prepare myself for this time, guys. Y'all told me that, like, Abrius was like one of the toughest ones in the game. Let me look up this guy. Was he... Heart's pounding. That got really hectic right there at the end. Lawrence the First Viker is widely considered one of the hardest bosses in Bloodborne, often regarded as more difficult than Orphan of Kos by many players. Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm gonna go whoop, well, I already knew, like, last boss's name anyway. They're trying to say that he was actually harder than Kos or whatever? I'm just hoping I didn't break something when I went in, because I only, like, leveled myself up. Because really the main things I did, when you think about it, like, like when I did, like, that one thing before... like I told you, I was pretty much transparent with you guys how I leveled him up a little bit. Like, really, the only thing I did, because Arcane, I'm not using Arcane stuff because I wasn't using, like, Holy Moonlight, you know, the Moonlight Greatsword against him. The only thing I really did was upgraded Vitality, Endurance, and Strength, which are already almost where they are right now anyway. Vitality was, like, just a few levels off. Like, probably about, like, 3 or 4 levels off. Endurance was, you know, it's not that really affects, like, me hitting him anyway. Like, I pretty much just had, like, a little, like, a small, like, a marginal amount more health. And strength was, like, probably about, like, 36 or 37, so I really didn't, like, upgrade all that, like, too much where it would, you know, probably be game-breaking. So I was just like, wait, did I, like, somehow over-level? Over-prepare? Because, like I said, the main reason I did that thing right there, that one chalice dungeon, I wanted to upgrade Arcane to try out the Moonlight, you know, Greatsword. And again, I found out, like, I guess my playstyle may not be for me. But, damn. I honestly thought, like, because we saw him at the beginning, I knew which boss it was going to be, I was like, I mean, I didn't really know too much about him other than that. I knew, like, where he was. I saw him at the beginning. I kind of figured, I was like, yeah, he's probably going to be a boss later. So, I mean, sure enough, I kind of looked into it and found out he was, like, optional boss. The only thing I looked into, like, because I wanted to, like, just see, like, what this says were to, you know, summon him. And it did say that it was back there, that one area where I found his skull, but I didn't look into how I was actually supposed to do it. I just knew it was in that area, and I wanted to try to figure out how to find it myself. I just kind of had a clue on which spot, what, you know, location it was, but not how to actually get it. But otherwise, I didn't know anything about him, and I pretty much just went in there and beat him on the second go. So I'll take it. I'll take it. So now, if they say that he is actually tougher than Orphan of Kos or whatever, let's hope it's actually going to be that easy, because if it is, I might go on in and finish this up tonight. Or I may still wait till next week to do the final boss. That was the original plan. And I don't want to push it. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much good to go. I'll get some more bullet paper just because that's one thing that helped out as well. But it's just right there at the end. It's just he got more frantic and all that lava was all over the place. When I stepped in at one point, I was like, oh shit, I'm done. Okay. If I can take him down, if I can, if I can finish this, we're done with the DLC, and then like next week I can go in and just wrap this up. All right. So yeah, I was back downstairs. Even so, I'll admit I'm kind of concerned about this because, it can be like subjective. Again, like a lot of people are saying they struggle with the Bloodstar Beast, and I beat him on the second go. Okay, at least there's actually not even kind of fight going up to it, because they ain't gonna. So I'm pretty much just going right on in, like, with everything full, because they're not gonna jump me. I'm just hoping they're not going to. All right. I will say, I know this thing's name, but not entirely what it looks like. I've seen, like, a little bit of it before, but not... Kind of, like, vaguely what it looks like, but... Okay, he's more grotesque than I thought he was going to be. Okay. His weapon. Okay, that's a good sword. At the very least, it's not like I gotta go through a lot to get back to him. What are you crying like a bitch for? Come fight me. Come on. Okay. I'm probably about to be in for it. So you can't be... Alright. At least I know I can visceral him. Come on. Bad idea. Whoa. It's this reach. Look, trust me, dude. I'll take risks. And I'll pay for them. Whoa! Oh shit! Man, I could have capitalized on that. Come on. You a nasty bastard. Oh shit. You are a sore ass loser. That's right, he's probably gonna beat me, but I'm gonna make him earn it. He mad. He mad. Alright, yeah, I can't be on the business into that too much. Damn, I hate how they always get me right. Burn through these though. Oh, what the hell? Heal. Yeah, he's gonna beat me this time. But... you need to keep in mind something, buddy. I put a massive chunk in your health. We ain't done. I'll get him. It's just he's so unpredictable. But hey, you know, the way I look at it now is that I just want to see if I can try to beat him on the first try. I ain't really got anything else to lose right now. I'll play a lot more aggressively. Of course, now these dorks are going to be out here because I spent like a good chunk of time not dying. Wait, I went out the wrong... You know, I just want to specify something. I really don't like you punks. I'm going back in here, and I'm going to try to handle business. Whatever business you want to handle is going to be without me. Okay. I don't really have like a lot of bolt paper to really rely on that much this time, so... Someone said, I do this is the last hurdle of this DLC. I do this, that's it. And I had him on the ropes. I didn't seal the deal, but did have him on the ropes. You're gonna be in for a fight too. Yeah, he got me good that time. It's mainly the problem is he's so unpredictable. And again, he's kind of a sponge as well, but, you know. Good news is at least I can go in there and get, like, you know, not like I really need, like, the, echoes for anything. But at least I can, like, go in there and easily get him because he's, like, you know, he's out there looking at the freaking ocean. Like, reminiscing or something. It's gonna take me a few attempts, but he's the last thing in my way. The fact is, I've taken down every single, like, you know, I think, like, pretty much every boss, like, in Bloodborne's base thing. The only thing I haven't beaten is the Chalice dungeon ones. The main thing I'm looking at is if I'm lucky, I can, like, you know, get, like, a, visceral in on them. And the way I look at it is I might have to respect to do something focal on viscerals. If I can visceral them, I can heal with one of the runes. Come on, then. Don't run up on me like that. I really don't like it. You don't like it booty stabbed? Okay. Trying to be like, you know, real. Again, it's that right there. Damn, not me with that. That's where I keep messing up. I need to stop, like, trying to, like, visceral him when he, like, goes to that jump. Do, like, a completely different tactic if I can. Trying to bait him. Well, I'm out of bullets, but no, I ain't. Bad time to do that! I can just, like... Ow. Oh, shit. You know, I think I figured out what your thing right there. Someone's mad. Now! Someone needs a nap. Here's your fucking nursery. Sit down. Next time I'm here with your fucking purse. Orphan Akos is down. And every single one of you out there, bow down to your new king. Somebody got a little bit... Look, I'm gonna save this, alright? I got a little bit, you know, cocky right there at the end, guys, but... I think I earned that one. And I'll definitely take, like, you know, beating him within, like, I think, like, 3 goes. So... Yeah, Lawrence in, like, I think 2 tries, and then the Orphan Akos in, like, I think, like, what, 3 attempts? And these were supposed to be, like, I think, like, some of the toughest ones in Bloodborne. And don't even start on Abrius, even though I kind of cheesed that one. I am not complaining at all. Alright. I'm gonna, like, kind of go and slow my heart down a little bit because the adrenaline rogues. I'll be right back. Back, and I've come to a decision on things. I'm not stopping there tonight. We're finishing this game tonight. So the way I look at it is that if I could, kick Orphan Acosta's ass as well as Lawrence's ass and everything, we're gonna go on in and try to wrap this up. So I'm hoping I'm not actually about to be in over my head, but the way I look at it is that since like the DLC was supposed to be like the hardest part of the game and everything, I feel like hopefully the actual final boss of Bloodborne shouldn't be too much of an issue. With that said, I think like I'm supposed to like eat like the umbilical cord pieces first, I think. Consume them. Hope I'm doing this right. Okay, hopefully that was like how we're supposed to do this and I didn't screw anything up. Just said something about like a great tree. It's now here, this is where I can give like my little buddies their hats. But I'm intent on trying to wrap this up tonight. At least taught her, I don't know if she's got more dialogue.
Gammon awaits you.
I'm gonna stock up though. I'm gonna need it. For sure. Okay, so apparently I was already pulling them out of storage earlier. So if that's what they're saying here, I was like pulling all my blood vials out of storage and everything. That's how that works or whatever. So I was down to my last 2 against that jerk. So, typical luck with me and everything. I was down to my last 2 blood vials I had, period, fighting him. Good thing I had like money and everything here, but... I mean, that's just typically my luck. Like, I was okay, I can just go and get some more out of storage. I didn't realize that's how it worked. All this time, I didn't realize that whenever I came back into the field or whatever, like, with, like, my stuff restored, and sometimes I didn't, it's because they were pulling it right out of storage. Alright, well. I might still be in for one hell of a fight here, but everything I fought through.
Good hunter, you've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
No.
Dear, oh dear, what was it? The hunt, the blood, or the horrible dream? Oh, it doesn't matter. It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes.
Well, I'm using another hunter's helper. Oh, so he's got that one. Okay, that's a badass blade.
Tonight, Gammon joins the hunt.
Question is, who's being hunted, bitch? Oh, you better be lucky you did that. It's fine by me. He's still gonna skill. Oh shit. It's so hard to visceral. Oh, and then when I finally try to... This guy's a pain in the ass to try to visceral. I'm gonna viscer you. I'm gonna visceral you. Oh. Dude, after everything I've been through, you think I'm gonna lose to you? No way in hell. Came close, but no. Well, I don't want it. I don't want anything he got unless he can give me that sword. Thing is, we're not quite done yet. We got one more boss. And hopefully if I lose to this, I ain't gotta go back to fight him again. So... yeah. Hey, don't touch me! Ugly ass. Moon presence, okay. Sit. Whoa, shit. No. I can't heal. That's pure bullshit. Oh no. If I can't heal because of this bullshit, I swear I'm gonna come back and kick your ass. Badly. You're dead. That's the only reason it beat me. I go through all that, just no. I wouldn't be celebrating. You just made the biggest damn mistake you could make. Yeah. Someone really shouldn't have done that. It's just, that was such a BS attack and everything. I don't know if there's a way I can counter it. I promise just next time you do that, where I'm going to be coming right at you. If I have to fight Jermaine again just to get to that. You know what? There's some bosses that made some very stupid mistakes in this game. You made the worst one. I really hate that attack. I'm dead. I should have capitalized on it, but... This fuck go... And right when I was about to heal away, it was gonna jump me. Oh, I hate this thing. I really do. And it's gonna find out how much I hate it. What gets me is like, you know, I beat Jermaine on the first go, and then this dork comes up. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna, like, you know, take away your healing. If it wasn't for that, I would have died on the first go. I mean, yeah, maybe it's me. Maybe I need to be reading the attacks better, but I don't care. I'm taking it down. It's like the last thing I gotta do before I can beat this game, and I'm not letting it stop me. Bad as I had it beat before. You want to play, punk? You asked for it. Now I'm going to be outright cruel. After all, it's not like I really got any more use for any of that anyway. The thing is, I'm growing out of the way of it, still getting hit by it. I hate this. I don't know, it's just... Like I said, if it wouldn't have done that stupid attack where, like, you know, made where I couldn't heal, I don't know there's a way to counter it. Honestly, I'm just not a fan of, like, you know, gimmick bosses like that pretty much have, like, the whole thing they can do where they can just, you know, take your health, like, in one cheesy-ass shot. I'm gonna beat this boss. You hit me like you when I first come in, huh? So look at this. Seemed like before I was able to get behind it, no problem, and then. It seems like each time I'm doing progressively worse against it now. And again, I would have had it, but didn't do that stupid thing like, you know, where it made where I couldn't heal. I'm going to beat this boss, though. I said I was going to finish this tonight, and I ain't stopping. I guess take a little bit of a detour to go and get some more echoes to be able to get, like, you know, more actually I only had to do that. Take a little stop by the fishing hamlet and do like what I said I'd do if I came down to this situation. I hate that I'm having to, like, you know, go back and do it like this. It just gets me how, like, you know, I suffer against, like, I basically went in and beat, you know, Orphan Acosta or whatever, you know, pretty quickly and everything. Three attempts, but then this thing comes along. Oh, now they're not want to drop blood vials. Dude, you really want to get out of my way. I ain't dealing without you either. What a lot of you need to understand is, like, something much bigger than you has made me mad, and I intend to kill it. See, now they're hardly dropping them. They were dropping, like, vials left and right before. Now, like, I've only got, like, 4 from them. It's just my luck. Oil urns. Great. It's almost like the game knows I came here to farm, like, you know, urns. Or vials. Now they're just outright refusing to drop them. And I had to use one right there just to heal with it. Unbelievable. Okay. Like, everything was going so well. Went in with, like, you know, with a head of steam and everything, and it's like, after I beat the Orphan of Kos or whatever, and it's okay, I'll just go and try to get, like, it's okay, I'll just go get some potions, or get some vials, and... I can't tell if he dropped them or not. Let me guess. He's over there behind where the shark is. I can't tell if he dropped any or not. Why am I not surprised? Oh my god, don't target him, dork. And you're not stopping me. Now get out of the way. Thank you. Yeah, so he's not behind where the shark is. At least I got, like, you know, plenty of vials from that and, like, you know, and enough some money to get some more. Okay. The main problem is just, like, you know, it's the fact that when you get to that one spot, one point or whatever, it... Like, if I could survive long enough to heal, like, wait for it to be able to heal again... Just doesn't have that stupid boss is just constantly like throwing attacks where it's got that one hit kill thing it'll do, or that one, not that one hit kill, but it'll like take your health all the way down. I don't know there's really any way to kind of get around it. I tried like rolling behind it when it was doing it. I probably could have like used some bullets, but then again I don't know if I can really parry this dork. Okay. You know, you're gonna be one of the most satisfying ones to beat down, I promise you that. I was in the middle grabbing something. I used that right when you were going for that. But you know what? We're not gonna need it, are we? Get humble. You want to keep me from healing? I kept you from being able to keep me from healing. God damn it, the orbs I got from that jerk. And with that, rogues, we have beaten Bloodborne. And that with this is my first Soulsborne I've beaten. Funny is I went and stocked up on cures where they just went there, just bum rushed his ass and beat the hell out of him.
Oh, good hunter.
You better raise that thing right. I became a what? All that, and I become a freaking eldritch abomination. I'm just trying to figure out, like... Okay, so I was just making sure I didn't do anything wrong there. That was the true ending. We did get the true ending for Bloodborne, which requires to consume the 3 umbilical cord pieces and everything. The 3 umbilical cords. Just want to make sure, I was like, because I've heard something about, like, bad endings with this or whatever, but apparently... I don't know what to think of that. I basically became Eldritch Abomination. Or a great one myself or whatever. So I wonder what this means. It's kind of like the Cyclor piece, so that kind of makes it more like appropriate for New Game Plus. So okay, we're gonna have like another hunter, even though he's gonna have like all the stuff I had from this like playthrough or whatever. He's gonna be going in and like, apparently like I guess you can look at like one of the great ones we take out would be like, you know, the hunter I was. That's one way you can look at it, maybe. And that's the special things Chikage Yamamura. I wonder if like Chikage was actually the sword was named after him. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling accomplished with this. Originally I was gonna wait until next week. Because admittedly, one reason I'll say I want to wait until next week, and I'll go and kind of tell you guys exactly what I was doing. And it's not really anything that's like game breaking or anything. It's just because I would like try to go for the trophies on this. So the reason why it took me a little bit of time to get back from the break is because I wanted to give you guys the true ending for this. But what I did was, right after I beat Orphan of Kos, I definitely kind of had need like, I had like the adrenaline rush. I kind of had to like slow that down and everything. I had to kind of like, slow my heart down some. But one reason it took me a little bit to get it back is because I was using a flash drive to pretty much, copy my save data for Bloodborne over to the drive, because I looked up online that that's one way you can kind of like, go through and get all 3 endings without like having to play through the game like 2 more times. So it's just like something I was doing purely for like sake of getting the other 2 endings. I got the ending I wanted to get for you guys. The other 2 I'm just gonna kind of do the whole reload the thing off stream, and I don't even know if I'm gonna have to fight, German with that, or German. I think like one of them, it's like he'll go on and kill me. That one I beat him without like consuming the vocal cords. So I just want to kind of do that so I can like get the other endings off stream, for the sake of trying to go for the platinum when I do eventually. I know I got like some chalice dungeon stuff I'll have to do off stream. Not even really gonna bother with that on stream. I pretty much did everything I wanted to do. So it's not to say I probably won't like revisit this and maybe like do maybe another playthrough for this off stream in the future, because I absolutely love this game. I would like to test out some of those weapons I got, though I might just try to upgrade those and just test them out in the chalice dungeons. So I really would like to use like the Rockio or whatever it was, the one that we got from the one shark boss, or the shark monster, which was pretty much the one boss's Lady Maria's weapon. Because I hate that that was like such a late game thing. It's like this would have been cool like to use like much earlier on. But the main takeaway from this is the fact that now that I finish this tonight instead of next week, it means that next week I can go ahead and move on to like, other things. And with this, next week might be the start for Cyberpunk 2077. I'm not sure. Because I don't know if I really want to go ahead and jump right on into my next long-term game just yet. Because there are like some other little shorter titles I want to do. But at the same time, I am kind of like, going through and like dedicating 2 days a week of like, to other games as well. Like I've been doing that lately. But I really do want to get back on Cyberpunk. And there was like a thing I kind of tested out on stream some time ago, where I was showing like I was where pretty much said in the future I was gonna start using a wheel to kind of like determine what games I was gonna play. And I kind of tested it out, and lo and behold, it landed on Cyberpunk 2077, which was one of the games I was like figuring if I was gonna play next or whatever. So that's probably what we're gonna start on next. I really want to go through and play it. I do still need to get the DLC for it, but so I don't know, maybe I'll wait a little bit longer, try to get the DLC so I can go ahead and have that, or I'll look into it and see if like the DLC is something you have to need to do post-game. If not, or if it's going to contribute anything to like, the game itself. But Cyberpunk 2077 is pretty much what's going to be next on the plate as far as like my long-term games, as far as like the main story ones I do for like Mondays, Tuesdays, and normally Thursdays and Fridays. But again, there has been like, a lot of times lately where I've been kind of like balancing things between doing like one game like 2 days a week and doing like, other ones like shorter titles like on Thursday and Friday. But, so realistically how it would probably go is that I would be focusing on Cyberpunk 2077, if I decide to go ahead and play that, and Mouse PI for Hire. But I might also possibly just go ahead and try to finish up Mouse PI for Hire, so do that on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, to go ahead and get that out of the way, and then start doing Cyberpunk. But I'll figure it out. the main thing is just I'm just happy to have actually gotten through this, because when I first was wanting to do my split to Bloodborne, I never beaten up a Soulsborne before, and I was asking myself, I was like, do I really want to get into this? Because these games are known for being notoriously difficult. I like a challenge, but am I gonna be able to handle it? Because a lot of times they say like you'll know pretty early on in a Soulsborne, like if it's if it's for you or not, and this was definitely for me. I mean, one thing I kind of like pride myself on, I guess, and it's not like take away from others who played this, because some are just like, I don't know if it's just because like I just got really lucky or whatever, but I noticed that some of the bosses that everyone said they struggled with, I kind of got through like much easier. It didn't take nearly as long as others said that they took them. Like, the cleric bees. Like, a lot of people were saying it took them, like, a few good nights or whatever. Like, quite a few, like, a few weeks, or a few nights, maybe in a few weeks to beat the cleric beast. I beat it in the first stream. And then when I fought, Father Castiglione, or however you say his name, some people were saying that they were struggling with him for months. I beat him, like, on the first, in the first stream where I fought him. And then there was like the Bloodstar Beast, beat that on the second try. Rom, some people said they struggled with Rom, beat Rom on the first try. Don't get me started on Abrius or whatever, though again, I got really lucky with going with strategy I didn't know actually existed. And, just ran behind the boss and then just started pummeling it. But then, like, there was Orphan of Kos and Lawrence. Beat Lawrence, like, on the second go. Orphan of Kos, like, within, I think, like, 3 attempts. So, yeah, I've kind of gotten the Soulsborne itch now. And so with this completed, I probably will go through and maybe do like a little poll for you guys just to see like whenever we do get around to the next Soulsborne, which one I'll play, because I'm gonna like put it up between Dark Souls. I like Dark Souls 1, Elden Ring, or Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. A lot of people say Sekiro, that's what they can say.
All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry.
Oh, they're throwing me right on in.
Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
So it's just like an endless loop. But yeah. So yeah, I pretty much this is the reason why I went on and did the Old Hunters before doing New Game Plus, because otherwise everyone says that you would did the Old Hunters in New Game Plus, it would have been like much more difficult. But yeah, nonetheless, I don't know if I can go ahead and exit out. At least got to keep my clothes. So yeah, I pretty much kept everything. All right. But nonetheless, guys, this is pretty much, the only thing is, if I go and try to do the Chalice Dungeons, they're going to be more difficult for me now and all that. But then at the same time, since I got, the save thing I can do, I could just, use, my old save before I took down, Gurman, and I can just use that to finish at the Chalice Dungeons. If I did everything right, just said, load onto a flash drive, so that's what I did. So hopefully, I got my save to fall back on. I can just do, some pre-New Game Plus stuff. Just go through and get, the last 3 things I need, because going by this, as far as the main game's concerned, I just have, show you guys here. For just this, 29, 30, 31, 6 more achievements to go, or 6 more trophies, and 3 of them are tied to the the 3 of them are tied to, well, actually, yeah, 2 more of the trophies are tied to the ending. So yeah, so I mean, yeah, 2 of them are tied to the ending. 1 is tied to just getting the platinum. So the other 3 I think is going to be mainly Chalice. I think 1 will probably be the I think if I'm correct, ones I'll need to get the rest of the hunter tools and and all that. If I really let me see, 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure those are the ending ones, but then Hunter's Essence, Hunter's Craft, find all special hunter tools, all hunter weapons. I need to go to the Chalice Dungeons for that. And then there's beating this one particular boss in the Chalice Dungeons, and then the rest of them are for the ending. So my take on it is that if I can go through and do all this in the old Hunters, I should be able to take down the Chalice Dungeon stuff. That probably, I have a feeling the boss I have to fight at the end of the story Chalice Dungeons possibly will be easier than everything I just dealt with. I mean, considering that a lot of people say the Orphan of Kos is it's the hardest boss in the game, and I beat him in in 3 attempts. But I also I'm continuing to hope that it might not have been that over level my character. But again, when I went in and did the one Chalice Dungeon where you can get a few 100,000, over 100,000 echoes a pop. Literally, what I put the most of that into was Arcane, and that was something I was really barely using. And I just kind of was going around manually trying to get some of the the levels up on, well, a little with other 2 3 or 4 I needed for endurance, as well as the vitality and strength. So even though I was going in and doing that dungeon, most what I was doing it for was just to be able to try to upgrade arcane, to try out the whole the Moonlight Greatsword, and everything else was just kind of just filling out the last little bit I needed for the other stats. So I don't really think it made the biggest difference, because Koss was still absolutely wrecking my health. And what little bit I looked at up on Lawrence, a lot of other people were saying that their health got he would usually kill you about 3 hits, which definitely was part of the course of what happened to me. So I think I was probably about still in the range that others probably were. I think a lot of it I just got really lucky with a lot of the attacks I dodged. But either way, like I said, I'll be doing a poll soon to decide the next Soulsborne I play, because again, I obviously have shown these games are definitely for me. I was able to get through and do this. Because I did not, honestly, I didn't think I was gonna be able to beat it. I'll go and say it straight up to you guys. I thought at some point it was gonna probably be a difficulty curve where it was gonna be a boss I wasn't gonna be able to get past, but at the same time, I'm also someone that's usually tends to stubborn his way through stuff. So yeah, I definitely have for sure caught the Soulsborne itch now. This is my first one I've beaten, and I've seen people say that it's either usually Sekiro or Bloodborne that they consider the hardest Soulsborne. So if I was able to beat this, because I mean what they usually say is that Bloodborne or Sekiro is the hardest one, but the hardest one what they consider the hardest Soulsborne out there so far. But others will say whichever Soulsborne that you beat that you first play is gonna be your hardest one. So I kind of look at it if I was able to take this down, I mean, pretty much people say your first Soulsborne, whichever one you play, is going to be your hardest one, and afterwards the others will be easier. Because the main thing I look at is that Dark Souls, I already know that Dark Souls is supposed to be about slower combat. And I was going in there, this combat was a lot more frantic, was much faster. That's pretty much how Bloodborne is. You got to play aggressively. So I feel if this is how things are going with this, if things are a slower pace of Dark Souls, either it's going to end up being one of those things where it's going to be too slow for my play style, and I'm going to struggle there, and I'm going to have to adapt to it being slower. A slower patience thing. There's definitely a few bosses I had to be patient with this. It's either gonna be a thing where Dark Souls where I have to be more patient, and the combat's gonna be slower, and I'm gonna get thrown off by that. I mean I mainly mean the ones from FromSoft, Demon Souls and Dark Souls, as well as Elden Ring and everything. I mean, there's pretty much in Surge 1 and 2. I mean, those are basically Souls-likes. Soulsborns are, I mean, I guess it can be considered a Soulsborne. I'm mainly talking about the ones directly from From Software. A lot of times I think those pretty much are considered Souls-likes, because they're Soulsborns, but that's not by the same studio. But I mean, I have heard of the Surge though. Yeah, if you're talking about Star Wars, Fallen Order, I've actually beaten Fallen Order before. But I haven't played Survivor yet. But yeah, I mean, if I was able to beat this one, I feel I definitely should be able to do the other ones. But a lot of people, I said, they've said Sekiro is usually considered probably the hardest. But also, what I looked at Reddit, things a lot of people say that those who consider Sekiro the hardest is just because they try spam attacks and don't actually really take time to learn the system and learn to be patient and everything. And y'all saw me doing that at times with Bloodborne. There were a lot of times I was kind of backing off and trying to find opening for the boss, and then just trying to take an attack when I could, and then try to back away. And that there with the moon presence at the end, I think a lot of that was I just finally had enough of it, and I managed to get a score a thing where I actually was able to pummel it to the point where it was knocked down, and I capitalized. No, I was I'm finishing this. So and that was just really cathartic. After all those times it kept me from being able to heal, and I just got in there and just started slashing at it and didn't even give it a chance to get back up. So I said I was that was I guess kind of one of the best ways I could end this, the moon presence right there at the end being such a pain in the ass. And I even heard without actually really knowing what the boss was. Some people said it was very easy, but of course that's the funniest thing about it. Others said bosses were easy for them. I struggled with, but the ones that people said that were hard for them, I ended up going through and beating them within either the first try or a handful of tries. It makes me wonder how things would have been if I didn't get behind Abrius and was just pummeling it the way I was. If I didn't go with that strategy that I knew nothing about, it makes me wonder how things would have went if it actually was a straight up fight between me and it. Because people were saying that Lawrence was probably some of you some were actually considering Lawrence harder than Orphan of Kos. And I feel I struggled more with Orphan of Kos. It's just with Lawrence, it was because it had such a wide hitbox, and it had the whole lava thing trail behind it when it got to the second phase. Orphan of Kos, I kind of immediately was able to read it, knowing that thing was gonna have some range on, because it had that big ass weapon, it had that big sword that it came out of the whatever that was with. So I automatically knew I was gonna have to try keep distance from it a lot of times. And then, of course, like, you know, try to attack when I could, but then when I did attack it, like, it was much more frantic. But either way, I'm just glad I was able to kind of do this. We took down, like, all, like, the last 4 bosses I needed to fight here. We took down Lawrence, we took down the Orphan of Kost, then we took down Gurman, and then, of course, the Moon Presence, and I've now officially beaten Bloodborne with a true ending. So, like I said, I don't know when the next Souls-like the Soulsborne I play will be. Don't know which one it'll be. I'm going to leave it up to you guys in a poll on YouTube between Dark Souls, because I do need to go back through and eventually, you know, do a proper playthrough of that after what happened with my friend from before, who, as I explained at the beginning of the stream, he was responsible pretty much for me, like, you know, veering away from playing Dark Souls on stream for a while or at all. And me playing Bloodborne was me kind of like just trying to get back into it. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna let that stop me from like trying to enjoy Soulsborne. I really want to play these games, and I got pretty much what I wanted out of this, and this being like one of the best games I've ever played. So I may go ahead, like, be it if it's like you guys vote for me to like revisit Dark Souls and do the proper playthrough for it that deserves, or you want me to jump into Elden Ring or Sekiro. It's hard for me to really decide which one I really want to play, so I'm gonna leave it down to a poll. Because Sekiro, I'd like to, just because, you know, the whole like Japanese setting of it, you know, and I've seen like little bits of some of the bosses without like going too much in the spoiler territory with them. So Sekiro is definitely one I'd like to play. Elden Ring is, I think, like one of the most popular ones out of them, outside of Bloodborne, and I've been considering that one for a while because I've had it for ages, but ain't got around to playing it yet. But again, there is Dark Souls, which is the one I definitely need to get back to. So, but I'll leave it up to you guys. It's hard for me to really decide which one I really would like to play next, and I don't know when that's going to be. Because it's not to say there won't be like some Souls-likes I'll be playing, because sometime in the near future, because like Cyberpunk 2077 is like next on the horizon for like my long-term game. But I do want to do another playthrough of Blasphemous, and I do have Blasphemous 2 now, because I've beaten Blasphemous before. So as far as Souls-likes are concerned, it's very much like, you know, kind of like, you know, Soulsborne. So I've actually beaten games that have this kind of style to them previously, just never a FromSoft one, because the FromSoft ones, of course, are the ones that are considered like the most difficult ones, and the other, you know, the Souls-likes are ones that kind of take, you know, inspiration from them. But, you know, From Software, you know, Soulsborns are the ones that are usually considered like the toughest. And so Blasphemous, when I beat it, it definitely was a tough game. I didn't like, you know, do the DLC for it. That's another reason I need to play back through it. But Blasphemous is just one of those games I really enjoyed because of like the art style of it. It's a side-scrolling thing. That's one they probably made a little bit easier too, because you're not fighting enemies on a 3-dimensional plane. You pretty much, you know, can either dodge in front of them or behind them or above them or under them. But, you know, it's not like with like 3D games where, you know, enemies tend to have like a whole circular attack that can hit you from all sides. Usually, like, you know, when you have like 2-dimensional style games, it's easier to read. So, okay, I just gotta dodge behind them or jump over them or something. So, yeah, I definitely want to play through Blasphemous again and do Blasphemous 2, of course. And also, as I've said, the Darksiders series, that's on the horizon at some point, because since there has been more speculation about, there has been more about, like, you know, the 4th game being released, like releasing whenever that is, because there was a teaser they did like a few months back. I really do need to get back, you know, and do like another playthrough of the Darksiders series. I've beaten all the games, but I never done it for YouTube. So I would like to replay through those, especially Darksiders 2, because that's my favorite in the series. But like I said, yeah, Darksiders, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy Remake, and both Blasphemous games. Those are some of the main ones that are like, you know, I'm hoping to do like, you know, next. But there is, of course, like the fact there are like several games coming out this year that I definitely want to jump on. Some of them I've already finished. I already got through Resident Evil Requiem, and I'm working on Mouse PI for Hire. Like, you know, I'll be working on more on that this week. But alongside that, you know, other ones that are coming out, like Marvel's Wolverine, that's going to be released later this year. That's one of the main ones I'm waiting for. And then there's, of course, like Phantom Blade Zero, which I don't know how long that's going to be. And then maybe possibility that might be like a Souls-like as well. But, yeah, I mean, there's like a lot on the pipeline that I'm really excited for. And so far, like just about every game that's come out this year that's been like high on my list has pretty much, you know, been, you know, everything I want it to be. Like Resident Evil Requiem, absolutely loved it. Reanimal, loved Reanimal. That was on my, you know, list for 2020. That was my top, you know, anticipated games for 2026. Mouse PI for Hire so far, in like even like only like the hour or so that I played it, I can already tell it's gonna be. And some of the other main ones that I'm just waiting on are Marvel Tokon, Fighting Souls, which I've done like the beta for that, and I can already tell that game's gonna probably end up becoming one of my favorite fighters. And the other main ones, of course, are Phantom Blade Zero and Marvel's Wolverine. So I'm just hoping that they're going to be hits, especially considering like how long I've been waiting for Marvel's Wolverine. How long? Well, not just me. We've been waiting for Marvel's Wolverine to release. But I've got like a lot of faith in that one. I don't think that they're going to let people down like after how long they've been waiting with the leaks and everything. And I'm hoping they made like the extra time they put into it to try to change some stuff around. That way, you know, what was shown in the leaks, you know, was, you know, either they change it somewhat or just completely take it out. As much I'd hate for them to do that, but I think it's just like when people like leak things. I think it's like usually fun. For me, if the dev goes through and just completely like cuts like leaked content, does like something completely different, and that way the person ends up looking stupid in the end. It's like, okay, well yeah, you showed all this content, but now it's not going to be in the final game and everything. But yeah, Marvel's Wolverine, Phantom Blade Zero, can't wait for those to come out. But more like as far as like more in the near future, obviously of course we got like more games like coming this week. Tomorrow will be the start for Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. So yeah, we're ending one game tonight, starting another one tomorrow. Actually, we've ended 2 games this week so far. Scott Pilgrim EX last night, Bloodborne tonight. And so we're going to be starting like Castlevania Order of Ecclesia tomorrow. It'll either be the continuation of Power Wash Sim 2, if Amber Wolf 17's up for playing it, or it'll be like me getting into episode 2 for Retro Rewind. And then, Thursday and Friday, more Mouse PI for hire, while I'll also be like trying out the demo for Acts of Blood on Thursday. And over the weekend, got some fun multiplayer stuff planned. Hopefully we'll be able to get like that episode for A Gentleman's Dispute out to you guys like I've been hoping we could this time. Last weekend things didn't really work out. But of course, one of the other big things this weekend is Grounded 2 for the Beat the Heat update, where me and Amber have got like, much bigger like, enemy to tackle this time than anything Axel was like, when we fought Axel. And also, like, it's just, like, interesting, like, this, it'll be interesting to see, like, what other stuff, like, we'll be able to get into with that. But we, of course, also need to try to see if we can go in and do what we never got to do before, which is finally complete the garden mixer event. Because otherwise, we're probably going to be, getting jumped left and right while doing the, checking out the new DLC. So we do need to go and do that garden mixer event. But anyways, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and, I guess we'll try to get, like, a raid in. And I'm going to have to go in depth to, like, relabel stuff, like, say, Bloodborne and True Ending and all that. Best thing, I pretty much, said, like, am I going live thing on Twitch? I was like, I'm just here to throw hands or whatever. And yeah, I threw hands. I pretty much took down, like, what probably been considered, like, 2 of the toughest boss in the entire game, like, with the, DLC included. And, within, like, probably, like, took down both of them within, like, 5 tries, total between them. And I took down Gurman, like, or how you ever say his name, in one go. And then, of course, like, the Moon Presence ended up being an absolute bitch, but either way. Highly enjoyed the game. Can't wait to do my next Soulsborne, but we're definitely gonna be like moving over it forward, like more somewhat relaxing content. And I really can't wait to get back on Cyberpunk 2077. So I probably will start that next week, maybe, and then like juggle that Mouse PI for hire, because Mouse PI for hire is gonna be, I think, supposed to be like a 14 to 20 hour game. So, but I want to like make sure I take time to be able to savor it. But either way, let's see what we got here, because I still need to go hit the gym, but if anyone's like, up for like, a watch party on Discord, where I'll do that first. Jeez. Yeah, but I will say, Rogues, the series for Bloodborne has been like, kind of tiring, but I'm glad, like, at the very least after months of not playing it, I'm glad I was able to kind of at least go back in and finish it within only like, probably about 4 or so episodes here. And when I went in tonight, because that's one reason I was kind of like, I stepped away a little bit also. I was like, you know what? I want to go ahead and go on in and finish this. So I went on, got like to save down in the USB so I could like do the other, so I could try to do the other endings. I don't really consider it save scumming when I'm just going through and just getting the other endings, because it's not really affecting the gameplay. There are those are probably like, oh, well, you should just go through and just beat the game normally 2 more times. But I'm doing live streaming. I'm going to the gym. I'm trying to like use sometimes I use like what little free time I have to try like do stuff for my channel and everything. I don't even really have like a whole lot of time to really do like a lot of like casual gaming as is, and so going back to Bloodborne 2 more times, like on a much more difficult, much higher difficulty. Yeah, I'll just do the whole thing where I'll just go through and just get the endings and then get my platinum, and if I want to play more later, I'll go in New Game Plus and do that. So anyways, we'll see who's live. All right, I would have rated BB Doll again because I rated them not long ago, but they're playing Mouse PI for hire, but obviously I don't want anything to be spoiled for me. And I would like raid Mariona, but we also just raided her recently. I want to see if I can kind of mix things up a little bit. There's not really too many others that are alive that I could raid. I'll just send it over to Mary again. Yeah, we'll just send it over to her. She's currently playing Graveyard Keeper. I would like look for someone else, but the reason I'm not like trying to do raid browsers, because you guys know what's happened every time I try to raid someone with Bloodborne, it's always like the language barrier things. So I'll send you guys over to Mary. And they're definitely good people. I just raided them recently. Like I said, I'd like trying to like mix it up on my raids, but Okay. All right, so yeah, Mariona 17. That's. Make sure it actually loads up the right one. That's her. All right, and as always, guys, exclamation point, raid. All right, and there's the call sign. You guys pick that up. You know, get in there. You know how this goes. And that said, I'm going to definitely savor the rest of the week and playing like games that aren't as difficult. Order of Ecclesia, I've heard actually has a bit of a difficulty. Bit of difficulty compared to other Castlevanias, but I'm welcoming it. If I could take down Soulsborne, Order of Ecclesia should be cake. But anyways, I'll see you guys who those are gonna be taking part in the movie night on Discord. We'll probably just be watching more Twisted Metal maybe. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for next stream otherwise. But until then, thank you, Rose, for coming out and hanging out with me for the conclusion of Bloodborne. I deeply appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next stream. Thank you for watching.